What's up everyone, JoKoBod here, and today we got new news for the upcoming Fate Trigger, which we got a lot of news to cover today because I didn't cover the other news that's been given out because it would be way too short to cover them individually, so I want to compile them into one. The things I want to cover are way too short individually, so I want to compile them into one thing in one day. So it would be good enough to cover almost all of them in one day. I'm going to give you my takes on the things that posted and the things that have said in the official site, their Q&A, and the things that they said on say on Twitter or X, whichever you call them. So I want to cover almost all of them in one day to compile into one long video, like at this point almost 10 minutes. So with that being said, I'll be covering the new trailer for Fate Trigger, and of course we got our first look of the very first male character that's been introduced, and I'm excited because they have introduced the wolf character that will be belonging in these anime games or anime shooters or whichever anime games in general that we've been wanting to play. And now we got one demonstration that looks like I saw clips on this trailer specifically. Yes, I got a little bit of spoiled in this trailer, so I'll be covering this trailer as long as everything else that's been covered in the past, like a couple of weeks ago, I want to say. So I want to compile them into one thing. So with that being said, let's look over on the trailer that have been shown with that. Let's watch the trailer. Whoa. Okay, was this the first 7 seconds? Jesus Christ. What we got here? You saw that, right? The slide. It is the one thing that a lot of players have been wanting, the slide gameplay, because a lot of players have been asking on Discord and on X that they want sliding in this game, because you can't have it's leaving over my head. You can't have a Battle Royale game without sliding, which is one of the most requested gameplay actions in this game. So it looks like we're going to get sliding, or at least in the soft launch release, or in the either in the soft launch release or in the full-on release when this game actually gets a full-on release date. So there's your sliding, everyone. That's your sliding thing. Whoa, hold on a minute. Look at here. Whoa, okay. Now we got our first introduction of the male character that's in the game, which, from what I could tell from wallpapers, we have seen a glimpse of this character from as backgrounds. We never see him full on glimpse of the character. So we got our first male character in the game, which is actually interesting. And of course, I'm kind of disappointed when I saw this. When I just saw this spoiler, is that he's not a full-on beastman. He's instead we got a werewolf character, which is, to be completely honest, I'm kind of disappointed. I thought we were going to get a full-on beastmen in the actual game, but no, we're going to get werewolves. For an odd reason. I gotta be honest here. I am being honest. And of course, this looks like we either go to get a transformation from the start. I don't know if this is going to be finalized, but I do hope, and I'm swearing to God, I hope to the game devs, I hope to God that this is the John Bane of Battle Royale. Just being honest here. Just saying, I'm hoping that this is the John Bane of this game. Because I hope that you get to play him in this form rather than his human form. Because if this form is ability only, if this form, you can only get this form as either a ability or as an ultimate, that really sucks in my opinion. Because this character has been promoted, at least this form has been promoted in advertisements, has been promoted and in multiple wallpapers, including as a full-on this form in this game. But if they're going to go to the route of, you can only get this form if you activate an ability while you're stuck in a human form, that would ultimately sucks, in my honest opinion, because seeing the John Bane in this game would be cool in my honest opinion, but to see him as see this form in an ability only would suck, in my honest opinion. So anyways, let's keep going. Don't get me wrong, this design is cool, but I hope that we can see this form as we get to play this form full on, and not just an ability. But I do hope you get to play as him in full. What I'm seeing here, I'm guessing that his ability, when you're in this form, or at least in the ultimate, talking about his ultimate, it looks like he had a special attack. I guess in this form, it'll be melee based if we're going to go this route. During this form, I guess this is his ultimate based on the glow. In his ultimate, I'm guessing he will have speed boost, attack boost, either a health or defense boost. He'll get maximum boost during this form, and he'll get an ultimate attack that's like a melee attack that would do a one or two hit. Like, use an ultimate, use it as in given a limited amount of time, and do instant massive damage. And that to a point that it would destroy their shields or take away all their life. If that's the case, then if that's his ability to do that, that would be busted. But of course, not busted. It'll be OP, but it'll be close range if we could get this ability. If we get this ability pulled off close range, because it looks like he'll not have any long distance abilities. He'll have short distance abilities that in his arsenal. So we got a little bit of diversity in terms of ability usage. So we got mobility, DPS, and of course we got shields, which is the bunny girl has. And now this one we got DPS in terms of melee based. So this will be interesting. And I hope to God we get to play him in this form instead of just playing him full on in his human form, and you're going to only get this form by using the ability, which kind of sucks. And I hope, hold on, okay, here's my prediction of this ability. You get speed, damage, and defense buff, special attack. I don't know if it'll get life boost, during this ability, or you regain health during this ability. That's my guess, because it looks like you can regain health while using this ultimate. And I don't know if that's my guess, but this will be my prediction. But it looks like you'll let's see here. You get, okay, I don't know if this will be possible in this form, but it'll be possible you get sense vision, that just like Huxley with her lipstick ability, that she could detect where the enemy's located. During this ability, during this form, you get to sense where they are for a long period of time, longer than Huxley's ability. If that's the case, wow, this ability will be powerful. Of course, given limited amount of time, but it will be powerful. So yeah, that's the showcase of this character. I am interested, and at the same time, I'm kind of disappointed that he's actually a werewolf instead of a full-on beastman. But if they go to pull off a John Talbane and play this form throughout the game, then I'm excited. I'm hyped for it. Let's start with this one in particular. Fate Trigger, Denovia developers talk about anime-inspired world, closed alpha plans, and more. So we already got a roadmap in this game that they have talked about, and they have said that I never covered before, which is on September 15th, the time of this published. They have already got roadmaps of what they go to plan in this game, so they already have plans for on the upcoming future. So let's get into it. The upcoming anime-style shooter Fate Trigger Novia ties plans with facing each other in a massive battles on richly designed world made from scattered sky islands, taking on the road several heroes called Awakeners. The Battle Royale players must investigate the secrets of the destroyed world while avoiding the toxic pale blight phenomenon, upgrading and customizing their guns, and taking out opponents with the goal of being the last one standing. Anime fans and shooter enthusiasts alike will be able to play out this genre combining game, which launches on 2015. Okay, so the game will launch on 2015. Take note of this. The game will launch on 2015, but pinpoint this. We're going to keep reminding of this from now on, because they will explain later in this paragraph. So first off, we already got lore dumps on this game. We already got lore dumps. The pale blight phenomenon. So I'm guessing the pale blight will be something else that's part of the story of the game. So we already got one instances of lore, of game's lore. So if I were to guess by the story standards, by the lore, looks like that beastman or that werewolf guy that we never got named is infected by pale blight. So that's cool that we got counter or instances of world building that the people that have been infected by pale blight can turn them into beastmen-like creatures, like the bunny girl with bunny ears and a tail, the wolfman that turns himself into a full-on werewolf. And it looks like we're going to get characters like this in the future. So that's my guess. GameSpot spoke of Fate Trigger Denovia, publishing manager Ruby Liu and lead designer Terry Liao, and they discussed the many heroes inhabited in Fate Trigger world, how they plan to use multimedia approach and gradually introduce players to games deep and mysterious lore, and several of the studios comment on the keeping Fate Trigger's free-to-play, avoiding pay-to-win elements. So there'll be microtransactions, but not pay to win. But there'll be no pay to win. That's a good thing, because the game will suck if it has pay to win. Look at you, Overwatch. Just look at you, Overwatch, or Blizzard. More specifically, Overwatch 2 in the vanilla launch of the game. So there'll be no pay to win. So that's a good thing. Fate Trigger's Awakens must uncover the world's secret. Okay, now we head to the Q&A section of the game, of the devs. Fate Trigger's anime all-stars absolutely gorgeous. Well inspired the world when created. Our producer and the whole team are all anime fans, big shooting games, and anime enthusiasts. The inspiration comes from the classic game works from Japan. So already right off the bat, we got fans. We got the developers who are big anime fans, and developers who are big FPS or TPS fans. So right off the bat, this gives our big hopes up of the game, and gives up hype on the game. I mean, gives us hype of the game. So that's already interesting. The tons of tantalizing little hints towards the game's lore. The world saturated into islands, the deadly bear-like disaster. Could you talk about how you will share the lore with players? For IP-related content such as manga and trailers, we will mostly display the characters outside of the game. In game, we will show the mysterious and amazing content for our players for fragmented manner. Players can focus on playing the game, experiencing the shooting mechanics, and immersing themselves in each round. But outside of the game, they will have free time to review and scan a lot of the trailer content in the game's world. So first things first, IP-related content such as manga and trailers will be mostly display the characters outside of the game. So right off the bat, we're going to get mangas in the future as much as trailers that they're going to expand the characters in manga and trailer format. So they're going to do what Zenless Zone Zero has been doing. Show off the characters, what they do, what their backstories, yada yada yada. And show off the gameplay as well. That's a smart thing to do, and gives us more hype to the game more and more. So they're doing the Zenless Zone Zero, or the the classic Overwatch idea, where they show off the characters in trailers, gives us their story, and show off their gameplay. That's a smart thing to do. And in game, they show off the world building. So looks like that throughout each match, throughout each round, they're going to tell a story throughout the game. So there'll be looks like they're going to be online content as much as online story parts of the game. So it's almost similar to Fortnite to a lot of ways. So that'll be interesting. Fate Trigger will be launching varied lineups of heroes, but will you be adding more heroes in the games as time goes on? Yes, definitely. At launch, we will have around 20 heroes, and we will add more in the game later. So wow. So at launch, there will be 20 playable characters at launch. So that's a lot for a free-to-play game such as Fate Trigger. My favorite hero she showed up was the bunny girl. She really is adorable, and I love her defense gameplay style. Can you tell us more about her? As you can see, of course this is talking about Kira. As you can see, her visuals look like she's just an ordinary bunny. Actually, in Fate Trigger, she's something called a star hopper. Star hopper. I don't know where I get hopper from. Ugh. She may look like a timid bunny, but she has a rich background story. When you learn it, you find out she's not just a bunny. As you can see, she can build a pixel fortress using her game machine. She has a very close relationship and affinity to her game machine. Her background story tells that she came from and her origins, and she comes from a game world where she lives in a game world. She's not just a bunny. So basically, she got reversed isekai. she basically got the recreator treatment. In the future, there will be more hero characters like Starhopper that may look like or have bodies like animals that you know from the real world. When you really delve into it, you'll find that they're not just bodies that you see, because they have an anime style we use and allow imagination here. So already, we got future of a roadmap that we're going to get more characters like her. So already, this is already interesting, and again, I'm try her out when the game launches. And of course, this is the one that people have been surprised that didn't come. Of course, a lot of people didn't expect it at the same time. Didn't expect that we'll get this news. Free-to-play closed alpha to launch on following Tokyo Game Show 2024. Now this one we've been hyping about because this is one news that no one expects. At Tokyo Game Show 2024, attendees will get a chance to try out Fate Trigger Novia gameplay, streams, and cosplays embodying several of the awakeners available at launch will be also present. Following this, Fate Trigger will enter its closed alpha in 2024 with a closed beta and a soft launch planned on 2024. Interested in players can sign up and participate this closed alpha now. So this is one big key factor that why I said pin this will be releasing on 2025. Take note, because this game will be getting a soft launch in 2024. So it will be likely that if they follow the Baldur's Gate idea, that they soft launch in like, oh my god, when was Baldur's Gate soft launch? It was like 2018, 2020 if I want to remember, because I remember Baldur's Gate was released, at least in its alpha state, was launched in like 2018, 2020, 2021, I want to remember. But if they follow that, then there'll be big hype for this game, because it's likely that this game will be releasing in 8/2014, like somewhere between October, November, or maybe December. It'll be around those times, somewhere between late fall, early winter, between those two. So this amps up a hype for the game a lot, and not only that, it keeps the player base keep playing the game. So it'll be almost on par with Apex or Fortnite. Of course, everyone would be calling Fortnite the best Battle Royale game of all time. But if they continue to plan a soft launch the same way how Baldur's Gate 3 went, and then release the full package in 2025, that's a huge thing, and that's the risk that they'll be taking, and that's a good idea that they're planning this. They are planning ahead of time, and that's a good thing too. You mentioned that Fate Trigger is free to play and fully committed to having no pay to win elements. How would the battle pass system work? Will it be free? Now this is the big question that a lot of players have, because of course you remember Overwatch 2, they went from loot box to battle pass, which is obviously we get mixed reception from the Overwatch player base, but still there's that. for the Battle Pass, we definitely have a free version. So players can get a free Battle Pass. They can get some items, weapons, and skins there. We will also design in-game purchase Battle Pass. Players will have free choice whether to buy them. So first off, free items, weapons, and skins. This must mean that we're going to get character skins for the game, so it's kind of interesting because it's not the first time in where Battle Royale you get to play. Oh no, actually no, scratch that. I keep forgetting that because Overwatch is a hero shooter. This is a Battle Royale, so this may be the first Battle Royale. Oh, actually scratch that because we got Apex Legends. There's that. We get skins over in that game. But I think this is the first anime Battle Royale game to have skins, because if you guys watch the gameplay trailers that they posted, I mean the gameplay trailers, the gameplays that all other streamers have or other YouTubers stream, they showed off the gameplay, and not only that, they showed off the skins of the characters. So it would be likely that every character we get every skin as the years goes on, as the time go on by. So that's a huge step up in my opinion. When we get a Battle Pass, we get to freely spend in-game currency in the games to buy a Battle Pass. So that's a smart thing to do in my honest opinion. So that's really good right there. That's one big plus up. How can Game Rants we sign up for free Trigger Novia's upcoming closed alpha? At the end of September, of course this where we are now, we will launch a closed alpha. We are our first test after the game's debut. Players can join in several ways. We will join the alpha launch test on streams. Players can wishlist on the game and sign up to join the alpha test. Another way to join the test is to sign up our official website. They will also register their email address. We will send them to join the alpha test. Of course that's the end right there. Of course, we got two ways to join the alpha test: either their official site or their Steam account. There'll be no alpha test for the console. It'll be likely only for PC players. So those who are playing for PlayStation or Android, you won't get the alpha in those consoles yet, most likely, because it will likely test on the PC player base first before heading to the console mobile side of things. So we're going to get an alpha and then we're going to get beta later on. So that's one thing to know. Hello Awakeners, I am JH, dev team of Fate Trigger. I said Lead Trigger. What the hell is Lead Trigger? Ugh. I'm very pleased to personally share some information about Fate Trigger, Fate Trigger with you. At the end of the month, we will participate together in the game's closed alpha, and honestly, I can't wait to see you there. Firstly, let me briefly introduce our studio, Sorrow Sis. Our studio is composed of groups of interesting veterans who love shooting games and have many years of experience in developing them. You may have never heard of us before, but we actually development of Fate Trigger started 3 years ago. So this dates back to 2021 in its earliest, and I'm guessing the development's earliest stage, I want to say. So that's actually interesting. We have encountered many difficulties and even experienced these suspension on the project along the way. We have always had heard the concept of focusing on the game's experience and creating high quality content oriented products that typically serve players worldwide. We have faced challenges head on, overcome various obstacles, and step by step brought the closed alpha version with Fate Trigger to you. Next, let me briefly introduce Fate Trigger, this multi-character tactical shooting game where players can take on the roles of various distinct awakeners summoned by the mysterious organization Evil Origins, which, by the way, lore dump. I said Evil Origin, I mean Iowa Origin. participate in the trials on a floating island. Throughout this process, you gradually learn about these awakeners from all corners of the world, roll alongside them, and step by step uncover the mysterious surrounding of trials, the awakeners, the Eye of Origin, and the existence of the entire world. So already we got a big lore dump right there, right off the bat. So there's that. In this test, you will experience the complete Battle Royale mode set on an aerial battlefield composed on 3 islands. One of these islands, Basta City, features 7 Awakeners, each possessing unique abilities. As a shooting game, we understand players' needs, which is why we're committed to delivering a high-quality core combat experience while ensuring the good shooting feel. We have adopted a combat system that combines a short time to kill, with skills, greatly enhancing an important strategy. We have also categorized roles into assault, recon, support, and defense to cater to players with different combat styles. So already, right off the bat, we have 4 roles, and of course, we got the time to kill with abilities that we get to see throughout the game with the grenades. We get to see with abilities. We get to see with ultimates. So we got a taste of that a bit. And of course, we got 4 roles that we have confirmed: assault, recon, support, and defense. So obviously, support and defense will be both. The support will be Camilla, and the defense will be Kira. So there's those 2 right off the bat. And of course, assault and recon. Assault will be likely DPS characters. Will be likely be EOS. Will be EOS. Storm Wyvern. I forgot her name. It's leaving my head. Then we got Dira. And then we got one more character. Hold on a minute. Oh yeah, the Nessa. And then recon, which I'm guessing recon, which is specifically on controlling the environments, scanning the environments where the characters are located. That's specifically Huxley. So we got 4 roles right off the bat instead of 3 roles. So Huxley is not a DPS character. She's likely a recon, which is, I know right off the bat, because I thought to myself, oh, she's likely a DPS character. No, she's a recon, because it makes a lot of sense for Huxley to be a recon character. I thought that she would be a scout character, which is what recon is. And I'm glad that it confirms it. Beyond ensuring a solid core combat experience, we have added many gameplay elements such as simpler resurrection methods, unique vehicle skills, and various firearm upgrade chips. Now that's something that I've never seen before. To create a richer in-game growth experience, I'm very much looking forward to experience and feedback on these interesting gameplay designs. So right off the bat, various firearm upgrade chips. So I'm guessing that throughout the game, you'll find upgrade chips that you get to upgrade specific weapons as you play the game. So I'm guessing the more you collect these chips, the more you get to boost these specific weapons. That's my guess. So that could be interesting. So it creates a, how do you say? It creates a up here scaling. So it creates a way to play the game that you get to start out with barely any upgrade chips, with no upgrade chips. So as you go on and you upgrade your weapons, your weapon become highly highly leveled that to a point where you can kill your opponent in like 6 shots, if I want to guess. So this game creates a scaling process to a point where you get to play in a high risk, high reward thing. So that's a really interesting gameplay mechanic right there. So it builds a my jaw. So you have to fight in a uphill battle right there. So it's almost similar to Apex, but not, because it requires you to upgrade chips. So the more you collect the chips, the more powerful your weapon gets. So that's what I'm seeing right here. At the time, as the group seasoned shooting game players ourselves, we deeply understand the devastating impact on cheating that can have on gaming experience. Of course, this is the situation on cheating on the game, on other FPS games such as, how you say, oh yeah, COD. Some of our favorite shooting games has lost their fairness and original fun due to rampant cheating. Therefore, combating cheating is a crucial part of our work. Just as important as other modules, currently we are collaborating with top global anti-cheat teams, and will continue to increase our investment in anti-cheat measures, striving to create specifically fair competitive experience for everyone. Thank you, because you don't know how much there are so many cheaters in mostly the western side of first-person shooters, because my god, I have witnessed a lot of cheating in the older Call of Duty games, most specifically Modern Warfare 2, my god. And the older Call of Duty games, because my god, there's been a lot of cheaters that's been rising in the older games due to the engine that they run, and due to the coding of the games themselves. So this is a big upgrade to a lot of shooting games, and therefore we get to go to implement an anti-cheat software into the anti-cheat engine into the game. So be excited for that. Admittedly, our first encounter with you, the content present in this test still has a lot of room for improvement and enhancement. On behalf of the entire development team, I specifically want to thank you in advance for our understanding and tolerance of any issues that arise in our closed beta version. We even have grateful for our feedback suggestions you provide us. In the future, we will continue to conduct multiple rounds of playtests to ensure that Fate Trigger will gradually reach to its optimal state. Finally, I sincerely hope that the test will be providing everyone with great gaming experience. Our team will continuously pay attention to opinions and suggestions in the community, and I firmly believe that the feedback is the cornerstone of Fate Trigger to become a better in the future. You awaken us hope to key to unlock the full potential of this magnificent game. Oh my jaw! So anyway, to close this, seeing this development team that is very passionate on this game, that they have developed this game since 2021, and they're showing off their full passion of the game and showing off this game, Fate Trigger, and we couldn't be more happy to see this game develop over time. And we will look forward, and I will look forward to see this game to its full potential. And I'm still excited for this game. Like, seeing the gameplay and seeing the trailers, it gets me very excited on the game as a whole, and I really love to try it. But sadly though, there's this. Unfortunately, the game is currently not supported on your device, and you won't be able to enter the game, we were working hard to make the game compatible with more devices. Thank you for your understanding. We hope to see you next time. Oh boy, this will disappoint some people, or maybe half of the player base. If you guys don't know, the devs require you to play this game on a certain, on this specifically this case, the alpha test. They'll specifically require you to place this alpha on NVIDIA of all things, or NVIDIA or GeForce, because they cannot allow you to play this game on AMD yet, because this game, because they have come out that this game is not playable on AMD as of yet. So right now they're fixing the compatibility on the game when playing this on PC, because right now on Discord, a lot of people have been complaining that, oh, you can't play this game because it has AMD, which sucks, because I want to try out this alpha, but the problem is that I have an AMD chip, AMD hardware, software, which sucks and kind of disappointing in my opinion. all that hype for the alpha only to come out that you can't play this game in AMD format yet. So we gotta wait this game, when this game releases as a soft launch, or maybe beta, probably closed beta, if those who do not get a chance to play the game when they have AMD. So I'm guessing either on the beta or in the soft release of the game, you get to play this game in the AMD engine. So there's that. So be warned for. So here's a warning to all players who have AMD hardware and software, or AMD software. Do not play this alpha yet, because it's not compatible in this engine yet. Be patient, because this game will be coming out in AMD, just not in the alpha right now. So there's that. That's one takeaway, or at least, okay, there's two takeaways on this. One takeaway is this, obviously, and the second takeaway is the ability to turn into a werewolf. Of course, talking about the new character. If that ability, if you get to play that character only in that human form, and you only get to play in in werewolf form, if you use the ability, that would suck, in my honest opinion. Because I would love to play that Beastman character to its fullest throughout the game. I do not want to play a human and then unlucky to get a werewolf form during the ability. That would suck hard. And speaking of, does the werewolf form have cooldown? Because if the werewolf form has cooldown, that would suck a lot. Because if you have a form that heavily relies on cooldown, that you get to use that ability, and then, oh, there's a long cooldown time. And also, let me preface this. If it is the same transformation time frame on a similar to, how do I put this? If it has a similar long time to transform from human to werewolf and then back to human, on a similar vein to 12 from Street Fighter 3rd Strike, and then have a very long time to transform back, that would suck, because that would leave you wide open if you stuck during transformation and then you would get killed mid-transformation. That would suck real hard. So if that was the case, he would be the 12 of Fate Trigger, and that would suck. And not only that, if his ability is mainly focused on melee base, that's gotta be a problem for those who utilizes on range combat, because given on that ability that they showcased on the trailer, it looks like that you have to be close as possible playing as him and do big damage when you're close on him, close on the opponent. So that's kind of unfortunate for a lot of players who want to play that werewolf guy. And we still have not given a name. Of course, we got the description up here. A vehicle classic skin. So it's like the. Of course, we already know this based on the Q&A. We're going to get not only character skins but also vehicle skins, because that's one big plus that annihilates Fortnite, is that you get to customize skins for your own vehicles that you ride in. So when I say this, I meant you get to customize each and every vehicles that they have released, compared to Fortnite's you get to ride a sports car, but that sports car will transform into the car that you use for Rocket League, which kind of sucks, because I do want to customize each car that's been available for Fortnite, but no, all you get is sports car, SUV, and motorbike. That's it. All you get is those three. And you don't get to customize them. You only get to customize your own car when you use the Rocket League. Nothing else. But anyways, here's a classic skin. A classic Estelle sedan, paying homage to visual features of the brand's very first model, an iconic vehicle filled with nostalgia. And of course, we got this car that almost looks like a mixture between a futuristic 1980s movies that you see in sci-fi movies that you see in the 1980s, and the DeLorean. It's a mix between those two. And of course, we got 4 skins available: Nox Oculus, Dawn Chaser, and variation on diamonds. So we already get 3 different skins here in the bottom.
This unit is under attack. I'm opening fire. Perfect hit. Whew, that was a rush.
Huh. Okay, so this is actually the most interesting showcase that they've showcased the vehicles. So they actually give you different diversity of vehicles that you get to use. Unlike every other Battle Royale games, the vehicles in this game are actually useful for once, because they actually give you gameplay elements on the vehicles instead of, oh, just drive, oh, just boost, oh, just do tricks. No, they actually have a purpose in the game, in this game specifically, which makes players want to use vehicles more. And this is one big plus up than the one that Fortnite has. So right now, right off the plate, they showed off Hover and Thruster. Obviously, Thruster will be the 2-seated cars that it gives you basic boost, speed boost, which is quite obvious. And now you got the hover car vehicles that you can hover. So it's likely that you get vehicles that is slow, but you can hover over obstacles, and you get other vehicles that you can speed through and get to the closest circle as possible. So, in the best case scenario, slow, but hovers through a lot of obstacles that gets in the way, and possibly, and I don't know if it can do this, but possibly, I'm betting here, if it has the hover function, can it hover over waters? That's my question. Because if this vehicle can hover over waters, then this is one of the most useful vehicles in this game ever. If not, this is one of the most revolutionary vehicles in all of, I almost say Fortnite, blah. This is the one innovative and one of the most revolutionary ideas in a Battle Royale game. And it's actually very interesting to see how it works. Of course, here on the meter on the right side of me, under me, you get kilometers. What the fuck is a kilometer? And of course, we got gas and we got shield and how much health that a vehicle has. So
Down, easy peasy. Broke their armor.
That's actually interesting. And of course, that's a short video showcase because, oh my gosh, 40 minutes is very quick. This model is almost resemble of a 1950s, 1960s car model that's been made in the 50s or 60s. So it's actually interesting that we get not only newer cars that takes place in this, that been taken from a sci-fi film, but we also get to see very older cars that's in the game. So we got the brand Estelle Model Leap, and features the Estelle features a classic design which can switch to hover mode for a speed boost while taking off. So right off the bat, we get a hover function that acts like not only a speed boost, but also can go over objects. So that's one big plus right there. So what I'm questioning is, can it hover over big bodies of water? That's my question. If it can, then this is one of the most useful vehicle that's out there. And not only that, here's my big question. As the characters or the players fall off the cliff, can the car hover up? That's my guess. In fact, can this car go upwards? That's my guess. Because, oh boy, if this car can go upward and then go drive over the players, it's gonna be one of the most overpowered vehicles ever. Now that I think about it, oh boy, this car will be toxic as fuck, because not only you have the high ground, but you also get a sweet advantage to eliminate the players right off the bat, because oh boy, that would be messed up. And last but not least, let's check out the lore, because I've been wanting to check out the lore of the game itself, because we never got a chance to do so. So let's start out with the locations that I want to talk about. So let's build up the lore and let's read about the maps and talk about what the lore entails us. First of all, we got Logistics Center. On the arena, there are 3 giant towers: Sentinels, Watchtower, and Overseer. And they are the core of the island's defense, the control center for androids, and the supply management hub. These towers are crucial during Arena's Oculus Principi transportation process. When the Sentinel was blown up by the Anonymous, the island's defense system became compromised. Yet, for some unknown reason, the Oculus Principi started the Arena trials before being fully repaired. So basically, there was 3 towers that manages the ecosystem. One's destroyed. However, the Oculus Principi, which I'm guessing, which is the higher government of the world, started the trials before it was completely finished and completely. So basically, what this entails us that we're going to get villains or characters that's completely compromised, that's completely undercover within the area, and because the defense blown up, this will leaks in potential villains that be coming to the world, or potential enemies that's coming into the game to mess up the game. What I'm guessing here, and this may be my guess, I'm hinting 2 specific characters that will be villain characters. More specifically, both Huxley and the werewolf character. It's my guess that werewolf character will be a villain character from what we're seeing on the trailers and from the promotional teasers, which kind of obvious. He'll likely be a villain character, and probably Huxley. I'm guessing Huxley will be either an anti-hero or anti-villain. My mistake on the pronouns. She'll likely be the black cat of the game. That's my guess. Or the Ada Wong of the game. That's my guess right there. Next, we got the industrial zone. Milo is made from a logistically sourced long-grain wheat, using a unique process that perfectly mixes the sweet flavor of malt with the crispiness of soda, creating the soft drink that's been taken from the world by storm. It's not just a milestone in the company's history, but also the birthplace of refreshing flavor and soda enthusiasts can't get enough of. So we got bits of world building. Of course, this looks like something out of the 1960s, 1950s, based on the location that's inspired from, which is very interesting to say the least. Of course, this is the industrial zone. So this is where the employees works in this game. In this case, in this part of the world. So we got a lot of world building here. Observatory. Now we got the observatory. For thousands of years, people have looked up at the stars, considering the vast adventure of the ultimate boundary of science and truth. The Astronome Research Complex, built on an observatory on a nearby hill, almost as a gentle reminder of researchers. Don't forget to look at the starry sky during the work. There are endless mysteries in the stars will be waiting to be explored. So of course, there's a bit of a world building, but I don't think it added much to the story. But there's that, or maybe, just maybe. Hold on a minute. I'm just guessing this is my future sight here. My Beastman my Kobold clairvoyance. We're going to see non-human races coming from the sky, and we're going to be playable in the future. That's my guess. I'm guessing that there will be non-human characters from another galaxy will be playable in this game. That's my guess, if I had to be truthfully honest. Anyways, we have the ARC, or ARC. After the astronome in Vastus was on Earth, the Research Institute was set up around them. Researchers from across the globe worked all day and night, eventually identifying a special energy material within, which they named the Source. The Institute was once completely shielded by the dome. The labs inside dedicated various studies, but after the transfigured Aeternum incident took place, the towering helix Vitalis broke through the dome, causing a leak in the plant lab during the chaos. So okay, this is a big world building right here. So to prevent short, what I'm guessing here is this is all the materials for the guns, for the shields, for everything that we get, and there's a leak in this part of the area that it causes big damage to the place as a whole. So there's that. And of course we got the field. Vastus is a major city on Nordhelden and the hometown Graham Tech founders. Graham Tech's founder. I don't know why I say Graham Tech. Bleh. Graham decided to test his large-scale irrigation system in his hotel using cutting-edge technology to benefit people's daily lives and work. That's what drove him into the tech industry in the first place. So okay, we got a specific counter dump right there. So we got a counter mention, which is Graham, that we would see in the later launch of the game. So be ready for a counter introduction that we may get this character. I don't know if we can. So it's possible that we get to see this character in game as either NPC or playable character in the future. So this is actually interesting. We got some counter dump right here. And of course we got the world building right here. Of course we got the wallpaper. So that's not gonna bother much. But now we got the wallpaper. The world building right here. Of course, let me set my model back there. Move it right here. Okay. Awakener. Awakener means those who awaken before others. Within Oculus Principi, it refers to people that can sync with the Gen Link and acquire special powers. After syncing, Awakeners are reborn with new abilities fueled by Source. However, Gen Spear also acts as a second heart to them, so they constantly need more sources to keep it going. As a result, Awakeners must rely on the Oculus Principi, participate in trials or missions to keep the sources level up. So basically, where is it? This part of the map is what powers these characters. It becomes a reborn human, but with drawbacks. So basically, they gain power by this. It's what gives them special abilities that we see in the trailer. So here's a big amount of world building right there. And of course, it's a very interesting world building at that. Next, we got the Oculus Principi, which is the, I'm guessing the high power of the government in the world that's in here. Evolution is the key to unlocking the future, and it's the Oculus Principi. With its broader perspective, it carries the important mission. Oculus Principi was the organization established by the first Awakener among humans. Their secretive, massive organization, with their influence quietly infecting the entire world. They inherit ancient human technology that have deeper understanding of how to use the source, developing a tech that ahead of its time. They see Awakeners as the next step of human evolution. Everything they do, including Project Novita, is all about achieving the ultimate goal. So basically, this secret organization or the secret government is behind everything that's throughout the story and throughout the game and throughout the world building. So it looks like we're going to see them along the way, and I'm guessing one of the characters, I'm guessing mainly Huxley, and I'm guessing one of these characters is Huxley, if I have to guess. For example, I'm guessing one of the characters isn't Oculus Principi, which is the secret government of all things. So there's that. That's actually interesting world building right there. Now next we got the Helix Veritas. Ever since this sparks of civilization began to glow, humanity is set on relentless pace of exploring the unknowns. Bit by bit, they have uncovered the mysterious surrounding of the ancient astronomes. I almost say selected, scattered throughout the planet. First among them was the astronom in Nordhelden, long before it received the present moniker Helix Veritas. It was buried underground, exposing only the kaleidoscopic. I can't speak English. Kaleidoscopic helix core that erupted the imagination. People quickly built the astronomy research complex around the core, gathering the best specific scientific minds around the world to study it, but humanity is unaware that the unprecedented challenge is silently approaching. So of course we got the villains that occurred that happened the explosion of where is the map? Right here. Hold on a minute. That happened here. Now I'm guessing that someone from the inside caused it to happen, and the trials began immediately before it happened. So what I'm guessing here, someone from the Oculus Principi is a traitor among them. So we have gotten a traitor among us. So of course this leads up to this to happen. Of course, because of this, it made the development of this pause because of a terrorist attack that makes it pause to stop developing doing this while the trials happening. So they've got a leak on their hands. Next we got the Pale Blight. On the crumbling destroyed land, gray-white waves sweep across the developing everything. Almost to most people, the Pale Blight is just a disaster from the transfigured Aeternum, but there's a hidden truth behind it. The Oculus Principi secretly achieved the Aeternum in Vastas to collect enough sources for Project Novita, but they didn't expect that to cause such a huge disaster. As soon as the Aeternum activated, the Helix Veritas erupted from the ground, with the core rising to its roots, spreading out, greatly absorbing everything around it. Everything it drains turns gray and decays, eventually becoming part of the Pale Blight. As long as the Helix Veritalis core keeps drawing the energy and conveying into its source, Pale Blight will keep spreading, like humans' greed that never stops. So basically, because of this, it leaked around the world, causing havoc and decay, spreading around the world, which of course leads to this. So this happened because of this, and now spreads to this. Am I getting this right? I'm getting this right. Oh my god. I think I'm hitting the mark right here. And lastly, we got the arena, which is the world that takes place. In the disaster's core, the Forbidden Zone, unreachable by most, a trial evolution is unfolding. Unlike the land ravaged by the Pale Blight, the area around the Aether's Research Complex have been lifted by the air by the ever-expanding Helix Veritalis, forming several arenas to display all sorts of strange sights within the cycles of the Helix Veritalis. To uncover the secrets of the Helix Veritalis, the enhanced Awakener's Gen Sync levels, the Oculus Principi took control of the arena and regularly sent Awakeners there to combat trials. this is where the journey of awakeners begin. Woo! So basically, when this happened, it makes specific areas rise up and raise them to become specific islands that you can travel to, and you can learn in these specific islands that you can travel to and learn from, and thus it creates each individual islands. And because of this leak, islands that's been rising are unaffected. However, it transmutes down or leaks downward. This leaks downward to the city, and thus this becomes unaffected, or at least the islands becomes unaffected because of the becomes unaffected by the leak. If I had to guess, oh my god, there's a lot of big, deep lore dive that's happening in this game. So, whew, I may be hitting them off, maybe I'm not, but that's my guess on the deep lore dive on the world building itself. Yeah, I gotta say, that's some big lore dive, big deep lore dive in the game. And I'm very excited to play the game as it releases in the soft launch of the game. Am I excited? Yes. Am I hyped? Yes. Do I want to play it? Yes. Do I want the werewolf guy to be stayed as a werewolf and not a human? Yes, 1000%. Because it would be weird to have a werewolf character, but you get to play as a human throughout the game, but only you only get to get that form in the ability section. If that happens, that would suck and that would disappoint me, because I do want to play as a full-on beastman instead of, oh, here's a transformation that you get a limited amount of time. Oops, now time's up. You get to go back to human. That would be the most disappointing aspect of the game, in my honest opinion. Though it kind of makes sense in the world building perspective. Though I do wish that you get to play as a full-on beastman in the game. But in that sense, I guess for the sake of world building, that makes sense, if I had to guess. But overall, I'm impressed with the world building that they have given and the characters that they have showed us. So I'm excited for this game when it releases. I'm going to be checking out on this game when it's available and playable and compatible with AMD, because oh boy, I got the key, the alpha key to play the game. The disappointing fact is that I can't play it because I have a AMD software. And what's worse, I got an AMD graphics card. So I got AMD in both software and hardware. But I do hope that this game is playable on AMD softwares. But overall, that is it for the Fate Trigger the Novias, the trailer, the world building, and everything else that's in it. Anyways, hope to see you all when I get a chance to play a game. If you like my content, be free to give a like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and share the video. And if you guys watching this on YouTube and would like to support me, feel free to head over to my Patreon. The link should be down in the description below. Anyways, as always, this is JoKoBod. See you next time, and have a great day or night where you live.